the concept of colonization.
Top of the morning to everyone, whether you're out and about or just comfortably sitting inside your home. We're glad to be part of your day as you listen to us speak through your radios, talking about what goes on in our day-to-day lives.
On this week's broadcast, we'll talk about a controversial topic, which is the concept of colonization. Intriguing, right?
Even I am intrigued by this week's discussion, but first, we will start off with, of course, the definition of what colonization is.
That's right, Nicole. And with that, may you enlighten us with what colonization really is?
Well, you see, Eunice, colonization occurs when one nation subjugates another. To put it simply, colonization is the process of controlling someone else's territory, conquering its population, and exploits it, including the implementation of the colonizer's systems of law, government, religion, language, and cultural values upon its people.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Nicole, but that seems like an unpleasant thing to do, don't you think?
It really is, but when you think about it, as you take a step back and look at our history, how and why did this even exist?
About that, I do have some knowledge on how all this started. Even before the Age of Discovery, empires such as ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, ancient Rome, and Phoenicians practiced colonialism during their reign. They did this by extending their borders up to non-contiguous and surrounding areas from about 1550 BC onward, and to increase their own power, they established colonies that depended on physical and population resources of people.
Oh, I remember now. This is the ancient type of history, right? The one that gave birth to the modern colonialism that came into effect during the Age of History.
Yes, that's the one. It was where the Spain and Portugal discovered the South and Central Americas during the sea traveling. And by then, trading centers were established and amassed the surrounding areas as a way of expanding control.
Right. Now we know what colonization is and how it started.
And to add, despite how colonial powers justified these conquests by asserting that they were obligated to take over the land and culture of indigenous people.
Conquerors also played the role as civilizing barbaric or savage nations and even argued that they were acting in the best interest of those whose lands and peoples they exploited. Though, because colonial governments invested in infrastructure and trade, they were able to disseminate medical and technological knowledge, including the way of developing literacy, adoption of Western human rights standards, and democratic institutions, as well as the systems of government.
You may have a point, but I am in dismay that we still follow the footprints left by our colonizers in terms of our culture and way of life.
Bottom line, colonialism did contribute quite a few things that was of advantage to many, but overall, it was a nightmare to most. And that concludes this week's discussion on colonialism.
We thank you all for being with us today, and we hope that you will join us again next time.
This is Nicole Bautista.
And this is Eunice Lopez. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.